From the Major Label Debut Podcast Network, this is your MLD News. I'm Graham Wright, and joining me, as always, to break down the news and deliver it to you in delicious bite-sized chunks is Major Label Debut producer and my good friend, John Paul Bullock. John Paul, the march of time continues apace. 2025 is at an end. How you feeling?
I am feeling great, Graham. I'm going to take these glasses off.
Ooh, where we're going, we won't need glasses to see.
This is, I like how we have matching Gut Void shirts on. Gut Void is the band of 2025 and 2026.
Absolutely.
My favorite band. It is my favorite band.
I happen to know that Gut Void is cooking up a new record right now. We can exclusively reveal here on MLD News that Gut Void will return.
Gut Void will never die.
Gut Void will never die. This podcast may turn into just a Gut Void-centric Pod Void coming 2026, a detailed breakdown of the work of doom metal. I believe Toronto doom metal quartet Gut Void, our close personal friends. We're here at the end of the year. You're here at the end of the year, dear listener, and this is not time to really dig in deep to any chewy or meaty topics. Instead, we're just sort of here to look ahead at what's next for Major Label Debut. We have now completed not just our first 12 months of work, but our first complete year as a podcast. And I think that, the best is very much yet to come. What are you looking forward to in 2026 in the Major Label Debut world, Paul?
Oh, man. We have so many good interviews coming up. We've already recorded a bunch of new stuff. The first of which, although this may not be the order, you're getting an exclusive, I want to say this word because I've been saying it a lot recently, melange, a coterie of guests here. But number one, the attorney and champion of good music and all-around great guy, Randy Ojeda, is going to come on and talk about what it's like advocating for artists and protecting them in the world of the law. And it's a fascinating conversation about music law between Graham and Randy. He's just a good dude who has developed a pretty novel way of billing for entertainment services. And he's done a bunch of other stuff. He manages a great band called Ganser that I love. He's just an all-around great guy, as I said. So I'm excited for that conversation.
And it is truly fascinating. There may be some of you out there whose eyes glazed over at the notion of a fascinating conversation about music law. But as I learned through 20 years of doing professional music, the elemental mechanism by which commerce is applied to art is the contract. And when you talk about getting your major label deal, the deal in that sentence is the contract. That's what's in the proverbial manila envelope. And Randy and I really talked about what is in record contracts and how the things in those contracts, both the boilerplate stuff that is just sort of always in there and the stuff that you negotiate over, how those things really define how not just the business of the music business, but the music of the music business is created and facilitated. And it's pretty important to know if you care about how this stuff unfolds. And if you're, interested in all the stuff we talk about here, I really do think you'll find the conversation fascinating, even though it is about the law.
Also, I am super psyched that we've got Steve Bays from Hot Hot Heat coming on, and they were sort of a Tokyo Police Club contemporary. I think they predate y'all a little bit, but his career journey, his thoughts about the industry, his story about working with a major label and all the fun, weird stuff that the band did and all the great music they made and trials and tribulations, it makes for an epic journey.
Steve was one of the first guests that we thought of to have on the podcast. And I know some people through Vancouver who know him. And I got his number and I reached out to him really early in the life of the podcast. And then, as sometimes happens, he had a new kid and is, working, making music and stuff. And so he got back to me about 14 months later having missed the text, which I can say is something that I've done many times to people as well. And it really worked out timing wise, because I feel like I didn't have the juice to interview him as well as it went this time back when I first hit him up. So the universe conspired to bring Steve and I together at the exact right moment. And we had a really cool kind of all over the place conversation about music and major labels and stuff, and also about spirituality and fatherhood and like what's truly important in art and in life. And it was great. Like the best conversations we have on this show, I left it feeling changed.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to share it with the world. And finally, I will say the last spoiler we'll give is a incredible book by a woman named Greta Morgan, who is an incredible artist. And Greta's conversation with Graham about her book and about her career. She was in Vampire Weekend. She was in her own band called Springtime Carnivore. She was in a bunch of other bands, one called The Hush Sound, one called Gold Motel. Like, she's written songs with tons of people. She made work with Katie Goodman. And then she got COVID, long COVID, and lost her voice. And it's the story of her journey through that experience and coming out on the other end and staying true and active as an artist when you're forced to deal with horrible health concerns. It's incredibly inspiring. And the book is an excellent history of sort of recent popular music and a couple specific scenes that she was a part of. And she and Graham, I think, really had a wonderful talk, and it was something that filled my heart and mind with, I guess, with warm red blood.
The book is called The Lost Voice, so you have a chance now to get it out of your local library or at your local bookstore and read it in advance of our conversation, which I did. I consumed it voraciously and then sort of went right into talking with Greta. So it's amazing. It's one of those stories where you kind of can't believe everything that happens to her thing by thing and sort of what she makes of it, which is, you know, something really, really beautiful and meaningful, that like a classic story of finding something bigger than you knew existed by going through, you know, what appears to be like a pretty unpleasant and undesirable experience that you never in a million years would have wished for yourself, but then ends up, you know, sort of being in a way exactly what you needed. And it really happened to her, and she really, you know, took it on its own terms, but also in a way that seems like only she could. Anyway, I'm doing a worse job describing it than the book does. So read the book.
Read the book. Buy the book. Buy all the Hot Heat records. Hire Randy to represent you as a attorney. That's just 3 of a ton of great interviews we have coming up. We've got all this stuff scheduled already for January, where we're going to be. We have, and I won't say who it is now, but potentially one of our favorite guests from 2026. All our guests are our favorite guests, but this guest is particularly heroic to me, and might be returning pretty early in 2026. So I'm excited for that. Will be our first return guest.
Yeah, that's going to be really cool. That's sort of unfolding via text message. The MLD group chat is on the job right now. So that's right from the breaking news desk. Before we go, I thought we should check in and see if either of us have any podcast-centric New Year's resolutions / music-centric New Year's resolutions. I, for example, resolved to listen to music again in 2026. I must confess, although this may dent my credibility as a commentator, the moment came when everyone was putting out their best of 2025 lists, best records, best songs, and I realized with this sinking feeling that I don't even think I listened to 10 new records in 2025, let alone 10 that I could order as favorites. And that can happen when you work in music, when you talk about music, when you immerse yourself in the business of music so thoroughly. It changes your relationship to it, obviously, as we talk about with every guest. And every like 10 years or 5 years or so, I realize that I've kind of dried up on listening to music, and I have to stop and shake myself by the shoulders and get my head back in the game. So 2026, I'm getting my head back in the music game. And also, I'm going to change my setup here. I'm going to get some more soft goods. I'm going to get some textiles to surround myself with to dampen my sound and also create a new visual experience. And I think I might get even a different microphone. So that's something for everyone to look forward to next year.
Wow.
Especially Josh Hook, the producer of the show.
I'm excited for you. Your new music is not my problem, but I've got a piece of advice, which as you go through this best of end of the year list, get used to Geese, because Geese is on every single list.
I'm going to check it out. I just saw a video, which I consumed in the best possible way, which was, it was like a 4-minute live performance split into Instagram carousel videos. So I would sort of swim through them, of Geese covering Burn the Witch, the latter period Radiohead song, which, you know, my Radiohead super fandom is a matter of record here. But I was always kind of like, this is getting a little self-parodic, Tom York. But the Geese version of it, which takes out all the, the sort of like, check out our Johnny Greenwood fancy string arrangement and replaces it with just a band rocking, which makes the song a little less aloof and like Radiohead cool, but gives it this punch and clarifies a chord progression that is, was previously sort of slathered in microtones, and it kills. And I'm ready to listen to Geese. I think I actually know what they're about now. I thought they were sort of a Gut Void style band, possibly because they both start with G, and they're not. I gather that they're not. I've seen a lot of pictures of the guy playing the piano at Carnegie Hall, which Gut Void has never done yet. Although Brendan Dean is an excellent piano player. My childhood friend and Gut Void singer-songwriter.
I do not doubt that for 1 second, and I'm excited to see him perform at Carnegie Hall next year. My podcast New Year's resolution is to shave before I do this, because I've got this going on little sandpaper action, and B, also to spice up the visuals here. Maybe I'll purchase a ring light. Maybe I will start wearing some makeup. Maybe I get a wig, like a very hair.
What happened to toupees in our society?
I got to be honest with you. It's hard to pull off. It's hard to do well. It's not. I mean, I think there's a lot of wig action. There are wig shops everywhere. If there's one thing I know about every downtown in every American city, it is full of wig shops. If there's one thing I know about every suburban strip mall in every American exurb, it is full of wig shops. So people are buying wigs. People are buying hair pieces. And I feel like it's time. 2026 is my time to fully investigate what it would be like to wear a wig. This
is from the MLD financial desk. Buy wig stocks. The wig sphere is going up, up, up.
Mm-hmm. Let's get some wigs.
Let's get some wigs.
I'll get you a wig. You don't need it, but it might be fun just to try something new.
Yeah, I have a long, complicated relationship with my obstinate hair, and I would love just to have some beautiful flowing locks for once in my life.
That is a noble goal.
And I'd also like to issue a promise/threat, depending on who's receiving it, which is, of course, 2026. I have not forgotten the sub-series, A Rush of Pod to the Head. The major label debut deep dive into the complete catalog of Coldplay. I have started lining up guests. I had started coming up with thoughts about these records long before MLD ever came out. And this is going to be the year when it happens. And if you want to make a sub-series about, one of the cool bands you like, we can talk about that too.
The beautiful disdain in your voice for that. I refuse, and I will do everything I can to sabotage your Coldplay. Their love of Coldplay. I'm coming. Yeah, I'm not actually. I actually don't hate Coldplay as much as I'm pretending to hate their.
Oh, Coldplay. It's a time for honesty. 'Tis the season.
It's live and let live, I guess.
That's exactly right. And the immortal words of Chris Martin. trouble.
Yellow?
I didn't have a quote right at hand. Yellow. Locks.
Chris Martin, if you're listening to this, I mean you no harm.
Chris Martin, if you're listening to this, blanket invitation to join us as fourth mic on MLD anytime you want. Talk about anything. You have an open invitation. That's true for any of the Coldplay boys. Happy New Year, John Paul. It's been what a wonderful year making podcast gold and magic together, and of course with our friend Josh Hook as well. Josh, we love you.
Josh, we love you so much. And I also say hi, Josh.
And we love you all, the listeners. We hope you have had a tolerable 2025. We hope that 2026 brings with it lots of joy and beauty and great musical moments. We'll confine ourselves to great musical moments here. The world at large is not MLD's purview, thank goodness. And in this part of it, in the music world, in the thinking and stroking our chins over this art form that we all love so much, 2026 is going to be another year of interesting times in the world of music and in commerce. So we'll be here to talk about all of it, and I, for one, can't wait. But for now, let's go celebrate the turning of another hourglass. And that's
Happy New Year. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Graham.
That's Josh Hook, producer of the show. John Paul Bullock is also a producer of the show. Greg Alsop created our wonderful theme music. And you, our wonderful listener, are who makes this all worthwhile and who make the proverbial tree falling in the proverbial forest make a proverbial sound. So we thank you. We encourage you to stay with us in 2026 and beyond. And we'll see you next year. That's your MLD news, but Major Label Debut will be back next year with more stories and news from the intersection of art and commerce. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Should old acquaintance
Be forgot. Da, 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 da.